Today is Thursday, the 18th of June, and thanks again for joining us. We don't have tons to share today, but I am going to just kind of review some things that we went over last week in case you had not seen the announcement, and hopefully give you some updates on this as well. So we'll get right into it. If you are new to this format and you want to answer a question or make a comment, you can do it one of two ways. You can either raise your little hand icon by clicking on the icon, and then I'll unmute you and you can answer or ask your question live, or you can just type in your question at the bottom in the question box and we'll answer those at the end of the webinar. This webinar is being recorded and you will get a link to it, and you can always find all of our webinars that have been recorded on our website, whether it's from the health department, senior, annuity, etc. So let's get right into it. Hi Mark, no commissions for the special election period 8/1 to 12/31. We all know that now, or hopefully you know it right this minute. That does include Central and Western PA. It doesn't include the Northeastern PA products because Highmark was just acquired them fully. And then it does not also include the Medicare product. So we are trying to work through a solution that's going to work for all of us. You know, you're not getting paid, we're not getting paid either. So we're trying to work through a solution. I did have a conference call last Wednesday with the Pennsylvania Insurance Department and asked about the legality of charging consulting fee or an application fee, etc. And they're checking into that, the PA insurance law, to see if that is acceptable. We're also checking to see if that's not legal, if we can charge a processing fee for an application, and of course we would then share that with you. So we're working through some issues. They did call yesterday, we talked, and they said that I should have an answer by the end of this week, or if not the end of this week, early next week. So that's all I can tell you, is that we're trying to work out a solution. We know it's a tough situation for all of us, and we're trying to work through a solution. And once we have that and the blessing of the PID, then I will pass on that information to you. So many of you have also heard that Pennsylvania received conditional approval for our state-supported base model for 2016, and essentially what that means is that we can all maybe take a deep breath of relief because we don't have to learn a different system this year, and that's probably good for all of us, some sense of normalcy maybe. But what this SSBM model looks like is that we would be recognized by HHS as running a state-based marketplace. So the subsidies, no matter what SCOTUS rules on King versus Burwell, no matter what the decision, our state would still continue with the subsidies because we would be recognized as a state-supported or a state-based model. And we would be leasing healthcare.gov. Now, I know we've all had issues with healthcare.gov, and they're trying to improve their portal, and they've made some strides in doing that. But there are private solutions to bypass the healthcare.gov, the bad parts of healthcare.gov, if you will, and whether it's a carrier, a carrier solution or a private solution, of course, we have a solution for you. So we'll have more information on that as we move closer to 11/1, which is the start of the open enrollment period for 1/1/16 effective dates. Just a reminder, as of June 15th, which was Monday, Assurant will not be accepting any more major medical sales or short-term medical sales. So please be mindful of that. Assurant definitely was very popular in their short-term model and product, but there are others. There's short-term products available from Highmark, Western Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, CAT Blue Cross, IHC. So we do have other solutions for you besides Assurance. So if you have any questions on short-term, we have a wonderful guru, a short-term medical guru in our case manager, Judy Reed. So if you do have questions and want information on short-term medical, either reach out to me or to Judy Reed, and we can get you some details on the other products. That brings us to the weekly, how can I help you? You know, what is it that you want to learn more about? We do have a little bit of downtime, so if there is a topic such as measurement periods or, you know, the transition rules for groups of 50 to 99, anything like that that you want information on, let me know, and I will do my best to get that information to you. So that brings us right to our open forum. I told you I didn't have tons to share today. Certainly none of it really good news for what I did have to share, but our next webinar is Thursday, June 25th. Hopefully I'll have more information from the PID, and possibly I could, if I do get an answer one way or the other, I could get some sort of special blast notification out to you. So hopefully you can join us next Thursday as well for more updates. I'm going to open it up for questions now, and Jay said that he'd just like to take a moment to recognize the recent passing of Jody, who was friends with many of our URL agent partners and with URL itself. It was a family member, you know, what we consider our family, which is our agent partners. So he passed on Monday, and it's a hit for all of us. So thanks, Jay, for sending your condolences to everyone, and certainly his family. He'll be missed. So another question, should a person call healthcare.gov and ask to get insurance and is told that regardless of the person's income, the only place they can get health insurance during the SEP is through healthcare.gov? Could you please tell us if you believe this to be a true statement that was given the person who made the call? No. At this point during the SEP, you have to have a qualifying event. If you have a qualifying event and you're subsidy eligible, you can go through healthcare.gov. Even if you're not subsidy eligible, you can go through healthcare.gov. If you don't want to deal with the subsidies, or your client doesn't want the subsidies, they can always make application off exchange. It's the same parameters as far as what a qualifying event is, but if there is a qualifying event, they have the choice of writing on or off exchange. So they were given false information, Jay. Imagine that. Dave said, you said open enrollment would start 11/1. Is that correct? Yes, it is 11/1 through January 31st. So it's still the same 3-month period. Last year it was 11/15 to 2/15, so it's still the 3 months, but it starts 15 days earlier on November 1st. So November 1st through 12/15, you're going to be enrolling people for a 1/1 effective date. 1/16 through 1/15, it will be 2/1, and then 1/16 through 1/31, you'd go for a 3/1 effective date. So that's what we're looking at for 2016. And Dave asks if the short term on Highmark is still paying commission, and yes, they are. And short-term insurance will not prevent individuals from receiving that tax penalty fine. It is not considered qualified coverage. It does take care of the fact that they are uninsured, and it will protect them as you want your clients to be, but it is not going to negate their tax penalty responsibility. So it looks like those are the last of the questions. Just kind of wrap up here. If you have any other questions, you can type them in. It also looks like Elise is on the call. Thanks, Elise. She says dental webinar is later as well, so check that out. And I believe that's at 2 o'clock today. So if you want to learn more about a dental product, and of course they're for sale all year long, if you want to check that out, go to our website, urlinsgroup.com, and pardon me, and register for that webinar. Christy is running that webinar today, so I know it's a great dental product that has been getting a lot of traction in the marketplace. So that's about it. That wraps it up for us today. And thanks again for joining in. Hopefully you can join us next week, the 25th of June. And I wish you all a wonderful day, the balance of the week, of course, and have a glorious weekend. It's supposed to be great weather here in Central PA. So enjoy yourselves, and thanks again. Bye-bye.